from Screen Junkie Studios in the heart of Los Angeles, this is Screen Junkies Movie Fights. Now your host, Andy Signor.
For now.
Hello, Screen Junkies. Welcome to another episode of Movie Fights. This is going to be a fun one. We have some awesome topics today and three wonderful guests. So stay excited and watch along. Today we're going to be arguing over what movie is the biggest improvement over its source material. There are a lot of ways you could go with that. What movie would inspire the best theme hotel? And what Avenger is the most replaceable? All fun stuff, and you're watching live on Screen Junkies Plus. You can use the hashtag Movie Fights Live. We'll be watching along. Dan Merle, fact-checking as always. How's it going, Dan?
Good. How are you, Andy? Welcome back.
Well, I know it's been. We were at Star Wars Celebration, and it kicked my butt a little bit. It's an intense con.
We were in black and white last week.
Yeah, you guys had an awesome classic fights. Thanks, Alicia and the whole crew. It was a wonderful show.
So much fun. So much fun.
Well, we're back, and let's introduce today's fighters. I'm so happy to have him. You know him. He was in Grand Budapest Hotel. Dope. And he's going to be in a little movie called Spider-Man, I think it's called.
Spider-Man.
So happy to have him back. Tony Ravioli! He wrote that. It's the first time I screwed up on purpose.
That's right.
No, Tony Ravioli.
Oh.
Did I do it?
You did it perfect.
I'm the worst at names. I can't pronounce things. Everyone can tell me. But no, Tony, I'm so glad to have you back. And you have a lot of good stuff I know you're working on, and I'm excited that you're here again. Are you nervous?
No.
Good.
Not at all.
Second time's a charm, let's say.
Did
you win last time?
I did win last time.
You did, yeah, that's what I thought.
Oh.
So you're coming in cocky.
Slightly.
All right. Well, guess
beat
what?
Mark and Hector.
Yeah,
Mark.
Well, guess what? My next guest also won last time on a big show, the Harry Potter fights.
Yeah.
You beat our own Spencer Gilbert. He was pissed.
I did. He sucks.
But she's also written on Cartoon Network's regular show and Powerpuff Girls. Gina Ippolito. See, I did it on her, and I know her.
You got it there eventually.
Yes.
It's just my thing. I'm going to wait till I get to Baron's name.
Yeah. You already got it right, though.
I did. Welcome back, Gina.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Second round now, 2 winners.
Yeah.
You're both 1-0. So one of you is going to lose today.
So it's just between the two of us. You get
or two of you. Both of you could lose.
Oh,
we can
crap.
both.
One of you is definitely going to lose. 2 of you could lose.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Because it's all up to this man here. So happy to have him making his debut. He also just took up the role of Tom Servo in my favorite shows of all time, Mystery Science Theater 3000, and a new pilot and stuff. You got a lot of stuff going on, Baron. Baron Vaughn, welcome,
Hey,
sir.
how you doing? Good to see you. Messed up my name. It's all right.
Damn it.
It's Brian Bonds. No, it's good to be here. I'm happy to be here for my first / last time.
Oh, that's not. Well, that's a trick.
See, it's a
psyching
mine.
you out.
I'm from Vegas. I play poker. I get you in the zone. You see
Now
what I'm
we feel
saying?
sad for you. And we'll let you
This
win.
is how Californians play. I brought treats for everyone.
Oh, look. He brought us marshmallows.
He's got the sympathy vote. He's got the food vote. What do I have?
Look at this. This looks. I'm totally needs. You guys can share those. I'm gonna do these.
snap.
Yeah.
So-
They're
Dan,
really
holler if
good.
you want a
It looks like
vanilla
soap.
bean marshmallow.
Looks like,
wow.
I thought it was
amazing.
soap.
This looks
Yeah,
incredible.
I thought it was soap too. I was like,
I
why'd you
thought-
give us? Am I smelly? No,
When
this
I
is
bought
great.
it, I
Thank
thought
you.
it was soap.
Bribing the
No.
judge.
I'm gonna eat the
Good
bean
move.
out of those.
This is
I mean,
a
I
good,
did it.
like-
I did it for everyone, including the people back there, like
Yes,
Dan.
we'll share.
He's already starting with the psych outs.
I'm just
Parker,
gonna
you'll
put this
get one,
out
don't worry.
there. This is a good like stress relief if you get
Oh,
stressed
yeah.
during.
I mean,
it's
just-
very squishy.
Just like, Baron's beating me.
Oh yeah.
Baron's beating me.
Good wrist. Good wrist.
Sweet. All right,
Yeah.
well, guys, this is gonna be a fun one again. You guys know, but for Baron, your first time, it's all about the passion, the facts, creativity here. You want to win this debate.
Okay.
So whatever you picked on the sheet, defend it with your life until the bell is gone, which isn't here. Hopefully, someone can get me the bell. I didn't realize I have the bell. When you hear the bell, then you can, and the points have been tallied, then you can tell us how you really feel. But
Okay.
until then, fight this like it means it. Any questions?
Nope.
All right, round 1. Let's do this.
No.
Oh.
Let's get nuts. I want to fight you.
I keep saying we're gonna change this.
Start this fight out, shoot.
I'll change the.
Yeah, we could do a better montage. Keep fans submit another montage, right? That's how the fans do it. It's fine.
That's
it's
called
fine.
delegating.
It's okay.
It's fine. There's better fight words out there.
I
I miss let them fight.
I have sentimental attachment to the first one.
Yeah,
So
and
it's hard
I
for
feel like
me
if
to-
I'm gonna stick to one, I'd rather have the first one back.
As a fan, I just
Fan,
like
someone
the
out there,
old
edit
one.
together a really tight one. It's gotta be quick, tight.
That's
Is that
what
Breaking
she
Bad?
said.
Tuco.
Tuco, yeah, Breaking Bad. All right, round 1. Okay, this is there's all this talk. The Marvel had some sort of big event. We were there, I guess. News was there, covering at their open house where they talked about all the Marvel things, and they've said Guardians 3 is going to be the next phase of the future of Marvel, and all. What does that mean? So this just brought the question, which I thought was a little fitting. I'm just curious, of all the Avengers we know now, which Avenger actor is most replaceable? And I want you to explain how you would replace them, how they would do it. But who is the one Avenger you think, you know what, we could toss them out and the fans aren't going to lose it. We can still fix this. Tony, let's go with you first. Who is the most replaceable Avenger?
For my answer, I'm going Chris Evans as Captain America.
Oh, you know that guy.
No, I've never met him before in my life. What? Jeez. No comment. What do I explain why?
Yeah, give me a quick.
I think he's very replaceable because we've been setting up him leaving for already a couple of movies by introducing Winter Soldier and Falcon.
Okay, great. I love it. All right, we'll hear more.
And there's more, but
Gina, who are you picking?
Okay, I'm going with Jeremy Renner because I think personally Jeremy Renner is kind of a piece of crap, and I don't want him to have work anymore. He's a little bit sexist, but also I just don't think he's a good actor who isn't a superhero action hero. Whereas the others in the franchise, I think, are good actors who also are superhero action heroes. Jeremy Renner is great when he's like a creep in things, but I just think he doesn't. In Avengers, Earth's Mightiest Heroes, the animated series, Hawkeye was my favorite character because he was funny. He was like that world's Flash, and Renner doesn't bring any of that to it. And I understand that some of it is acting or is writing, but also I feel like make the most of what you're given. Renner, give me something. If I replaced him, I would replace him with Ruth Negga because I want more ladies and more POC in my Avengers.
Baron.
You want to get Renner him. I would go with... What? No puns? I'm always finding wordplay. That's why they call me Puns de Leon. I would get rid of Chris Hemsworth, okay?
Ooh.
The other Chris. Because nothing
Chris.
says space like an Australian doing a British accent. And so, I would want to probably, I see you have Mew Mew there. I would, shout out to Kat Dennings, I would want to replace Chris Hemsworth. Well, he's pretty replaceable, I think, with, it could be anybody from Ryan Gosling to, Bradley Cooper or James Franco. I prefer a young Brendan Fraser. But, so I think you can get Chris Hemsworth out of there and replace him with Liam.
Oh.
What?
Man, so you're going to replace him...
now?
with another Hemsworth that looks very similar to him?
No, I'm joking. I don't want to replace a Hemsworth with a Hemsworth.
Everyone you name, they're all like hunky white dudes.
Yeah, because they all look exactly the same. That's what I'm saying.
Jane Foster.
Yeah, but
Who
here's
Natalie
the thing.
Portman is an amazing actress who can replace Thor.
Or British Natalie Portman, also known as Keira Knightley. You can just put her in there.
Yeah,
Exactly. No,
yeah.
she's playing Cable.
Oh.
We've been told by Deadpool.
No,
Okay.
but here's the thing. Like, put those guys in a lineup. If you didn't know them and you said, like, oh, some of these guys are superheroes.
I'd be like,
some
oh,
aren't.
that's why I don't work in Hollywood.
Clearly, Chris Evans, Chris Hemsworth, you look at them and you're like, oh, crap, I don't want to fight these guys. You look at Jeremy Renner and you're like, you're kind of a wiener.
No,
Get
but
out
see,
of here, wiener.
okay.
You don't belong in this lineup.
Can I just say something? One, I think he's a very nice guy.
Are you
and
saying this because you know him?
Who?
I'm saying he's also a very
Who's a very
good
nice
actor.
guy?
Jeremy Renner.
Oh,
and
yeah.
he was great in Arrival. Two, the reason
He
why
was
you're
great in
saying
Arrival.
he's the most replaceable, it seems like it's more of a personal attack on Jeremy Renner
I gave other
Is there
reasons.
something else he did
I
that
gave
we don't
other
know?
reasons.
than actually it being a reason. Chris Evans is perfect to be replaced because we have set up him being replaced by either Falcon, like in the comic books, or by Winter Soldier, who is also
Okay,
in the
but here's
comics.
the thing.
And I mean, they've been poising for this because they have no idea if Chris Evans is going to re-sign his contract or not. So regardless, they've been doing that ready, and so I think
It's
fans
like you
are.
have inner workings of the Marvel contracts.
But here's the thing.
It's like you know how they're doing their stuff or something.
If you ask people name everyone in the Avengers, they would forget that Jeremy Renner was in it because he's in it so little.
That's
so
true.
He's so easy to replace because
Well,
people
sure,
would be
that's
like, wait
true,
a minute,
but
However,
Jeremy
that
Renner
scene that
was
he
in the
has,
Avengers?
that scene that he
No,
has
but
in the
he-
first Thor was exactly what made me go, "Oh, Jeremy Renner's in
Yes,
this.
yes.
I wonder who he's playing."
I was excited when I saw him in Thor, and then he
Excited
did not
when I saw him there, yeah.
live up to it in any of the Avengers movies.
Right.
I feel like
but coming back to Thor real quick, which is I think of the three Thor movies, the first first one is probably going to be the worst one, because the second one I thought was better. The third one, it looks fantastic. Because how does Thor earn the hammer? Oh, he makes everyone breakfast. That's basically
It's
how
like I
he
don't even
earns
know
what
you,
he wants.
Baron.
Chris Hemsworth
After
didn't give
years
me anything.
of one night stands, the least he could do is give breakfast.
Just make
And
people
that's what
breakfast.
made him worthy.
And that's what made
Go
him
ahead.
worthy.
Yeah, finish your. Go ahead, Baron.
Well, I'm just saying, I don't think that that's what makes him worthy, but if a different actor could have gotten in there and made it make sense to me, that like, oh, this guy was kind of a dick and now he's making people eggs, so I guess I believe that he's worthy of the hammer.
But here's the thing, that's like a character thing. You're not saying the actor is
No, I am
replaceable.
saying that
yeah.
a different actor could have totally made that work for me,
Sure.
whereas Chris Hemsworth did not make it work for me. He was the exact same thing the entire movie. Somebody else that can make that change would make me change. And I was once
get what
told
you're
by Michael
saying.
Jackson, if you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make a change.
Now-
Who? Chris Hemsworth. That's
Question,
who.
wait, before we continue, are you just removing him as the actor and having Thor just be played someone else like Don Cheadle, or are you
Well, Don Cheadle is already War Machine,
there-
right?
it sounds
I would
like
put
you're
Terrence
you're
Howard
using
back.
co-
Put Terrence Howard back and make him Thor. That would be fantastic. He seems like he's from space.
There's one person. There's one
Well, that's
person.
what I'm
of
asking.
these
Are you
three.
just replacing them, Don Cheadle? It sounds like you're actually saying no. Captain America will be Winter Soldier or Falcon.
Or it could be
Right.
replaced
Somebody
by
else.
either
Are you
whatever
two
else.
using mythology and he's being
Yeah,
replaced,
I'm
or are
saying
you
replace the
just
actor.
replacing the actor?
I'm
Or is it
saying
still the same
replace-
character?
you guys are
the
saying
actor.
Replace the actor, but I will also say that there's only one of the three options we've said. There's only one guy who hasn't gotten his own movie, so that should be an indication of how much more these guys are liked.
Sure,
than
but
Jeremy
you
Renner.
chose a character, Hawkeye. I mean, he really can't have his own movie.
Okay, but everyone
He's
else.
Hawkeye
an
has written-
amazing.
Hulk has
Hawkeye
had his
has
own
written
movie.
this universe cannot have his own
Hulk
movie.
has had his
Exactly.
own movie. Iron Man has had
Hulk
his own
does not
movie.
have his own
You know
movie.
why? Because no one gives a crap. They're like, don't give Jeremy Renner his own movie. No one wants to see
Or because
that.
he's a great supporting character.
And of
Have
course,
you
the Black
seen-
Widow had her own movies as well. Lucy and Ghost in the Shell.
Ghost in the Shell.
Those are
I
the
just
Black
think-
Widow.
I mean, with Hemsworth, he is very synonymous to that Thor look.
Yeah.
I would argue the same about Chris Evans
Exactly,
as well.
but that's why I'm saying to replace him with the different character in the comic books.
Okay.
Like,
So you're going to the mythology.
I'm going mythology,
Yeah.
and you could also replace the actor as well. But what
just wanna
is
say
the
that-
most replaceable? And mine's is most replaceable because fans won't get upset.
Point of order.
It's already been set in stone
Okay.
or set. You know.
I don't
in,
think fans
But
will
the
get
question
upset
is,
without
which
Renner.
actor is the most replaceable?
Oh yeah.
Not
that's a good
necessarily
point.
which character in terms of how the mythology is being interpreted.
I want to see an actor play
Mofo.
the
Semantics.
Hawkeye.
Yeah, I'm a
I wanna-
hopeless semantic. What can I say?
An
I love
actor
it.
play the Hawkeye that I love from the cartoons and the comics. So far, we haven't seen it. Those other two guys, I have made that role their own. They're good. I feel like I've seen enough of them. They're both great. I want to see an awesome Hawkeye, and Jeremy Renner is not it for me.
Okay, so final thoughts, just so I get it around. Mythology is allowed, but also you have to have the actor replaced. So clarify me your last thoughts on why yours is better than theirs.
Oh, okay. So
Why are Hemsworth and Renner not replaceable?
Hemsworth is not replaceable because one, he's going to do an amazing job just from the trailer that we've seen in Thor,
Ragnarok.
as well as he is the character. There's no one who looks like Thor more than him, and he's embodied that
wearing a wig.
so well.
I'm sorry, continue.
Some of a wig. And at the same time, he's built the fan, and he's ready to, I think, grow even further into this universe now
Okay.
that they're getting bigger and stuff. As for Renner, I feel like it's a personal attack. I like the fact that he's, you know, he's that everyday man, and the line he said in Avengers 2. Where he's like, I'm fighting these robots with a bow and arrow, and there's people who are fast and everything. That's what makes him so amazing, because he is an everyday man. It's like, if you were in this situation, you'd probably be Renner, but he still brings that like thoughts and thinking that it's like, this is a crazy world, but I'm gonna do the best I can, and I like that about it. And
All right.
as for why Evans,
No, you gave me enough.
Okay,
Why
cool.
are Evans and Hemsworth not replaceable?
I think exactly what Tony was saying. Hemsworth is Thor. Everyone associates him with that character. Evans is Captain America. He was one of the first guys that people were like, holy crap, I believe this dude is a superhero. Just look at him. Just listen to him. He's got the chiseled jaw and everything. And I just think if you polled 10 people on the street and said, name the Avengers characters from the movies as fast as you can, the one guy they would keep leaving out is Jeremy Renner. And Hawkeye is a great character, and I want to see him serviced the way I know he should be.
Baron, final
I would
thoughts.
like to say-
Why are Evans and Renner not replaceable?
Okay, well, Chris Evans I don't think is replaceable because I actually do think he's doing a pretty good job as Captain America, especially because I think that Captain America is he's an everyman and an American everyman, which means boring. So he's there for a reason. And Jeremy Renner, the dude is quipping like it's quitting. Like, the guy can deliver a line. So when you need, because if Joss Whedon is like, I just need someone to say a joke here, Jeremy, it's really easy for that to happen. Chris Hemsworth, there's a lot of, there's a lot of like saying ridiculous things in a very kind of big Shakespearean way, like Bill Schneip. Yeah, which is a line from the first Avengers movie, which is the only line that I liked that he said in the entire movie. And then my other favorite performance of him is saying yes when the Hulk shows up in the Ragnarok trailer.
Yeah.
Other than that, I could do without him.
All right, Dan, anything to add?
Just a couple things. Ruth Negga actually played a character on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. named Reyna, so she's no stranger to the Marvel Universe. I will say, amongst our viewers at home, Baron's wordplay already a hit, particularly I'm a Hopeless Semantic and Puns de Leon was very
Thank
popular.
you, Servo.
The two major characters brought up by people watching at home on Twitter, Road Raider 3 spoke for a lot of people who said, seriously, no one going for the actor that's already a replacement. They could literally just not have Bruce Banner anymore. So a lot of people pointing the Hulk. And then at Yusuf Konessa saying, clearly it's War Machine. It's already happened and nobody batted an eye. So those were the two that people mentioned on Twitter most often. Of course, we have the Twitter poll that I can share with you.
Oh, I disagree
also,
with both
once
of those.
you give your judgment.
Based on the arguments, I think, yeah, Gina, you got a little personal with him, and I just wanted to, I was like, did you meet him somewhere? And he was a jerk.
No, he gives interviews.
So it was, well, yeah, I guess I didn't get that vibe, but I'll have to talk to you more because I don't, but yes, I guess he's a sexist, creepy jerk is what I wrote down. from Gina. I'll have to look again. But so, I got hung up on that, even though, yes, you're right, he's the least popular Avenger. That's a fair argument. Hemsworth, though, I think they both got you pretty hard. It's like, he is Thor. Like, that's sort of what he is. And since you even pointed out the question, what actor is the most replaceable, he's probably the most identifiable as Thor. And the Thor Ragnarok trailer, even you admitted, like, was sort of like, oh, he's kind of good.
Yeah, but if it was Tom Hardy.
Oh,
Continue.
wow, interesting.
See,
could he do?
I heard that.
Yeah,
Tom
I'm
Hardy
sure
can
he could.
literally do
I haven't
anything.
seen Hardy do comedy.
He made a Bad Bane really
Rock and
good.
roller.
A little bit, yeah. Okay,
He's funny
fair.
in Inception, too.
Well, if you had said that in time, maybe it would have helped, but no, you didn't. So,
there's
I
bells.
I think I got to give it to Tony. I just heard a little bit more, adding the mythology and the fact that it didn't matter, and the fact that you did point out, that scene in Ultron is a really good moment of Renner's. I thought you just had a little bit more here in the first round, so Tony gets the first point.
I have one point.
Dan.
Well, the Twitter
Sorry, I'm
poll
trying.
was a landslide. 71% voted for Jeremy Renner. But
Yes!
The fans.
But I will
Of
say, people tweeting along hashtag Movie Fights Live, watching the show, tend to agree with Tony. I saw more people weighing in on Twitter itself, agreeing with Tony on that.
Great.
So,
Okay, so I'll
the
take
poll
it. Thank
was a
you.
landslide.
Yes.
71% voting
Love
for
it when
Jeremy.
we're aligned. All right, round two. This one comes off Twitter from Russell Huffman. The question stems around Ridley Scott. Says he may digitally de-age Sigourney Weaver for more Alien movies, which I'm still have to process. But it begged the question, what role would you most want to see an older actor revisit using technology? Is there one that we would be excited about? Gina, let's hear your pitch.
I think if you're gonna age someone down, age them down all the way, which is why I went Macaulay Culkin, Home Alone, because I think, I want to see what this technology can do. I want to see adult, older Macaulay Culkin turned back into 10-year-old Macaulay Culkin. Also, his body's still young, so he can still do all those wacky hijinks that he did in the movie. And yeah, I just want to see him setting booby traps for you know what? Age everyone in that movie down. I want to see him setting booby traps for Joe Pesci and the other guy, whose name I can't remember right now.
All right. Well, I'm there is
Daniel
gonna be
Stern.
Daniel Stern.
Daniel Stern. Here we go. It's a certain time.
It's marshmallow time.
Well, no, it's just
Open
right
your
now.
snacks before the movie.
It's about to hit 420 on 420, so I gotta eat these
Oh.
marshmallows.
All right.
So if you do that sort of thing at home,
Passing them to you.
we're not. These are. I hope
These are
aren't
just
gonna.
no. These are not. They're not special.
But I had to point out that
still
we're
look
taping
like
this
bars
on
of soap.
420 at 420. So
Delicious
Nice.
soap.
in
So-
30 seconds. But it's about to be. But sorry. Anyway, encourage you, Baron. You're next.
Oh, me? Well, I keep hearing these phrases like 40 is the new 30 and 30 is the new 20. So if that means anything, it means that old is the new. I would de-age Mr. Sean Connery to play James Bond once again. Because, there's a lot of debate about who's going to play James Bond next, because Daniel Craig seems to be done with that. So why not go back to the originator, the best James Bond that there ever was, which was Sean Connery. And, I think he would just de-aging him and, of course you get like a body double and put him straight back in there, man. He'll make it work. Make it work with that crazy accent, his crazy accent.
I'd watch both of these so far, Tony. There's marshmallows in your mouth.
So it makes me great.
Oh, man.
I would go with Clint Eastwood, The Man with No Name trilogy. Because, first off, as you can see, it is iconic.
You're helping him out, man.
Oh, what can I say? I'm supportive. Yes, and.
First off, we got an amazing movie out of Hateful Eight and bringing back the Ennio Morricone into that world and how wonderful it is. And could you imagine, not maybe de-aged all the way, but an older Clint Eastwood in the Man with No Name trilogy? Just imagine, say, the young boy in the first Few Dollars More is now older and he remembers him and is got a wife and there's people there to trying to, kill him and the village. He goes to the man, Blondie, to get trained again. And to see an older slightly older, de-aged, but also slightly older, Clint Eastwood go back to that time would be iconic and amazing. And should I start fighting now?
Fight! With the marshmallows in her mouth.
Some marshmallows in his mouth, so I'm going to steal it from him and say, here's the thing, I don't think either of those guys are up to the challenge. Yeah, they're both great in their time, but let us not forget the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. These guys are not up for a movie.
Gran
so
Torino?
99% of what they do, especially such action-heavy movies that you guys picked, 99% of what they do would have to be swapped out with, as Baron said, body doubles. So then why are they in that at all?
Okay,
There's nothing wrong with that. They're in it for the eyes.
Also,
they're in it for they're in it for when you come back to that face and it's like, what? That's my Sean
But
Connery.
also, you're gonna steal James Bond from the clutches of Idris Elba?
No, because
Yes.
Idris Elba does not want to do it. Let us be very clear.
He says that.
Idris Elba does not want to do
No,
James
let
Bond.
me tell you what my buddy, very close personal friend, Idris. No, I've never met him.
Oh, I just got a flashback of last week's show. Go ahead, sorry.
Okay. First off, the Man with No Name trilogy barely has any action in it. It's all gunshots. I think Clint Eastwood can still pull a gun if he's directing movies. Also, he was great in Gran Torino. Gran Torino was less than, 7 years ago? The man can still pull a gun and shoot people and direct at the same time.
He talks to empty chairs. Are you sure he's still up to this challenge of holding a gun?
You know, the thing about the movies that you two picked is that there's nothing interesting about either of them.
What?
They haven't been made for 20 years. The James Bond series is still coming out.
There's-
And
but
judging
it's
by
also
Home Alone.
Spectre, they're about to re-Roger Moore the whole series. And they need to save it and make it relevant again. And how you do that, Sean Connery.
No, here's what I will say about why Home Alone is interesting, because even Skyfall ripped off Home Alone.
Home Alone can never happen with cell phones these days. Hey, Tevin, are you in the car?
Disagree.
Hashtag no, I'm not.
This
In
is
the film.
this is okay. Here's the thing: you might
How
have
do
to
you
tweak a couple of things.
Can it work in the world of cell phones?
Yeah, totally.
Please tell me how.
It's a very
Kind of like a death
Here's the thing:
blow.
horror movies do it all the time. Did
very
you guys see
negligent.
Yeah,
Get
but
Out?
horror movies are terrible.
What?
Ooh, depends which one you're talking
Yeah.
about.
Did
It
you
follows.
see Get Out?
Oh,
Yeah.
It Follows, but see, that's Thriller as well.
They had a phone in
Thriller,
in
great
It
movie.
Follows.
But and
It was like a
that
clamshell
still
thing.
works though. But
Anyway.
I'm saying in a Home Alone situation, not a horror film, in a Home Alone situation, why would they not call his cell phone or house?
Listen, when he was Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, there was a phone in that hotel room.
He doesn't know his parents' phone number.
There was a phone in the hotel room.
Also,
That doesn't
Trump
magically
helped him.
solve all
So
of these
obviously
things.
he didn't help him.
Trump
Trump did help.
helped
Well,
Kevin
I heard
McAllister.
Tony pitch me his movie a little bit. What is your movie now? Why are we bringing him back? And I'm gonna be next to you, Baron.
Okay, so this is what I will say. I will say bring them back. When in doubt, add more kids. Maybe age down a whole bunch of other actors. Have a whole bunch of kids in a house. They all got left behind.
But it's No Child Left Behind.
Super Home Alone.
Yeah, exactly. It's Super Home Alone. There's even more robbers this time. This time they don't just want to rob the house. They want to beat up and kill the kids.
Whoa.
So up the stakes a little bit. And can young baby-faced Kevin, who's still slapping that aftershave on his face, how great would it be to slap that aftershave on an aged-down, digital, creepy face?
That would look so bad.
It would look so crazy in a good way.
But also,
Macaulay Culkin is playing this character.
Oh yeah, he's
But
playing
by the
it.
way,
He's
like,
the only one of
Macaulay-
these three actors who can still
sorry,
physically
have you
act.
seen pictures of him?
Also, when was the last time Sean Connery was even in a movie? League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
No, that's not the last movie that he did.
Let's get a fact check
Okay.
on this because that is definitely
Is that the last movie
he
that
did.
Sean Connery did?
We'll do it at the end. But first off, Sean Connery as James Bond, those movies have evolved from there, and they are no longer those types of movies. The people watching the Bond movies now are young people who love the Fast and the Furious and stuff, and they need that gritty action. So if you
thing about
take
yours.
away,
Same thing about yours. About your movies. People want that gritty action.
Exactly.
Yeah, and you're
But
talking about
Clint
old
Eastwood-
westerns.
Yeah.
Where most of
Sorry,
the
Hateful
80% of the movie is just Clint Eastwood walking around looking sinister.
They're
Also, I will say
cinephiles.
both
Also,
of these to me seem like really sad things. Like when you go back to your high school and you see your favorite teacher.
and
he's
Macaulay
like,
Culkin
"Who are
wouldn't be
you?"
sad making someone
child
who's like
being
just
left
no, here's the thing.
alone is not
downhill
sad.
and bringing them back to a point where
everyone wants Macaulay Culkin to have a win in life. These other guys, they've had their wins. People, it's only going to
Okay.
serve to make people sad, and they're going to be like,
Also,
"Oh my God, remember
he
when
looks-
James Bond was awesome? Remember when Sean Connery was awesome? Now look at him. This
But-
is so creepy."
And that is
sad.
the exact tool that is
So-
perfect for espionage.
so everyone
you
hated-
underestimate a person because of his age, then that's when he goes chop chop and you're on the ground.
What is your movie? I heard
well-
Gina has multiple robbers and multiple kids.
Yes. Well, I think we gotta make the James Bond series relevant again because I think it's getting away from it. With, in my personal opinion, with Spectre,
Make
Quantum of
James Bond
Solace,
great again.
best one. Joking.
Oh, that was a good thing you said that. Okay.
Yes. So basically, my James Bond, first of all, whip pan, geriatric home, and because I think Sean Connery's in his 90s now, so you de-age him to be in his 70s. All right, so that way
Okay.
he's still old, but he's not too old because somebody could do something. So then you have this man that's there who is, of course, kind of in his whole sunglasses and situation. He's playing gin rummy, and then next thing you know, a nurse comes in to see a patient. Man jumps out of the chair, chop chop to the nurse to the throat.
Wait, he's in a hospital in this scenario?
Yes, because he's undercover, because that nurse is also somebody that is a secret spy that he has to get. So he's deep undercover, but you assume because he's 70 that he must belong there. And I'm saying that's the jumping off point for all sorts.
But he's a 7-year-old James Bond the rest of the movie.
I'm depressed.
Yes, but with bionic legs.
No, I'm depressed.
Also, didn't he do a sequel?
okay.
Didn't he do a sequel to James Bond?
Yeah,
in
there's a
that-
bunch of
that-
different
in
James
that
Bond
Nick
movies.
Cage movie?
Remember when,
Which Nick Cage movie?
when
Not
old
Nick
Sean
Cage.
Connery played old Robin Hood and how depressing that was?
That was
First
very
Night.
depressing.
No, he was King Arthur.
Yeah, oh yeah.
First Night with Richard Gere.
First Night, he was King Arthur. Richard Gere was
Richard
Lancelot.
Tiffany Gere?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, no one. It's sad. It's a sad thing.
Then
No
he
one
turns
keeps
into the
going
dragon
to
from
be sad
Dragonheart.
and making you
Macaulay
sad.
Culkin. Back to Home
That's
Alone.
not sad. People
All
are
right, yeah.
rooting
Sorry,
for
I'm
him.
trying to get a hold of all this. This is last thoughts. Is someone can win. Anyone can win this because these are all terrible. Last cell. Go ahead.
Okay. As for Sean Connery, he's old. It takes a lot to de-age someone, and he wouldn't want to do a James Bond movie because it's
Clint
too
Eastwood is in
much
his
action.
90s.
And by too much action, I mean jumping from one train to another, falling down a bridge. Sean Connery would die. Also, do you want someone who says it's okay to beat women with a stick as long as it's no bigger than your thumb?
Wait, now who's getting personal? Because I specifically didn't bring up what pieces of crap both of those old guys were because I got it for the last time when I
Love
said I
Clint
didn't
Eastwood's
like
speech at the
Jeremy
RNC.
But I'm saying it for him, so it doesn't matter.
We all got one.
Okay, exactly. Macaulay Culkin, it's sad. Also, everyone hated when Chris Evans face was put on the tiny little body in Captain America 1, that's exactly what this would be. And it would be so terrible and weird. And also, he's the one who looks most different.
All right.
To his childhood
Final
version.
thoughts, Gina?
Okay, I still think if you're gonna test out this technology, really test it out and make an adult a kid again. Also, you guys just both knocked each other out by being like, your guy's 90s, your guy's in his 90s. They can't do anything. So I am saying they can't do anything. Macaulay Culkin can still pour water outside to make ice. He can still slap on that aftershave. He can still watch movies that he's too young to see. And doesn't that sound awesome?
No. Especially because the concept has already been burned because Macaulay Culkin did a viral video where he played Kevin McAllister as an adult, and he's really messed up because he was left home alone. And he's a cab driver now. So the whole movie has been burned. Silence.
Disagree.
Okay, so Clint Eastwood, first of all, the last compelling performance that man had was talking to an empty chair at the RNC. And Sean Connery's last compelling performance at least he was kicking ass and taking names. So I would just like to see him do that again. You know, I'm just saying, like, don't underestimate somebody who's had a hip replacement when the hip has been replaced with the rocket launcher that now opens up from the knee.
You're bringing other stuff into
and
this.
you enter in 007 into the password.
You're bringing other stuff into this.
And boom, that's the end of it.
Oh,
Okay.
man, this is tough. All right, Dan, anything to help me here?
Nothing to help you, but some stuff from Twitter. There were some inquiries from our Twitter viewers about the knockout rule, which was not invoked, but the people did notice there were some inquiries about that. Sean Connery's
It's almost a knockout.
Sean Connery's last movie was The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen in 2003. He's currently 86 years old.
Yes.
Macaulay Culkin did a web video in 2015 called "Just Me in the House by Myself," in which he unofficially reprised his character of Kevin McAllister. Spoiler alert: he was not doing well mentally, and the character, not Macaulay Culkin. And some people watching at home, at Hershkele says the answer is Harrison Ford as Han Solo because he would be great, but also he would hate it, which would be hilarious.
That's a good point.
Dylan G. Lang said DH Bruce Willis to back when he cared about Die Hard, which would also be interesting. And of course, we have the Twitter poll, which I will share with you. It is close. I will tell you this. I will share with you when we're done.
Yeah, well, between the cell phone knockout, which almost was a knockout, because that would be tough. Why are there so many kids and so many burglars?
People don't learn.
Strange.
Rule of heightening, man. Rule of heightening.
Sequel rule, right? Okay. I was disappointed no one brought up the fact that they've already made 3 more sequels that are terrible. Actually 4, I think, including the Holiday Heist.
Oh, goodness.
But I can't use that against.
Straight
That would
to
have helped. So strangely, you're still in this, Gina, somehow, because I didn't hear enough of the why. I'm talking about Baron, Sean Connery, great choice and really interesting things, but why is he 70 with a bionic leg?
Because that's interesting.
Okay,
People
I
think,
guess.
oh, this guy's going to poop himself. Nope, missile.
Okay.
Sounds sad.
Interesting.
Still sad.
If we're gonna de-age him, though, it just felt weird. And then you fell in the same trap, Tony. He's old, but he's young, man with no name, but he's still old, slightly older. But then you had a good punch with the Evans body. That's what Macaulay Culkin would feel like. Man, this was tough. I guess it came down. Yeah, no, Gina's out. I just think compared to these. So then it came down to the Clint Eastwood pitch, which you did have a good pitch as to why the young boy is back. That was a good pitch versus the pitch, which was a 7-year-old undercover geriatric Bond.
Yeah.
I think I'd rather watch Tony's.
Oh, goodness.
So I got to give Tony the point.
Oh man, Tony's killing it.
Tony, you got the second point, but very close, Baron. If you had made him a little younger, I might have got. I couldn't get on board based on the pitch. Dan, what did they say online?
Let's see. I've been refreshing online. Right now, 40% voted for Sean Connery, 35% for Macaulay Culkin, 25% for Clint Eastwood. So very close competition.
This is like the Electoral College and the popular vote.
The fans just don't agree.
Never agree with them. But very fun round. All right, round 3. This comes in from Phony Baloney on Twitter. He wants to ask in honor of Baron's new Mystery Science Theater back in action. So excited. 14 episodes.
Yes, 14.
Wow. It's like I knew that somehow. That was amazing. I'm so excited because literally Mystery Science Theater and Weird Al Yankovic were 2 of my biggest inspirations as kids growing up, and I feel like I've obviously parlayed into honest trailers and stuff we do here. But I love the show. I'm so glad it's back. But you guys, they don't get to do modern films. They do look back on older films. So we thought it'd be fun to ask this question. Number 3 from Phony Baloney. What modern day movie deserves the MST3K treatment? And if you guys don't know the MST3K treatment, get out there and learn about it because it's awesome. Go watch the old shows too. But it's, Tom Servo, Crow, robots, and our human pilot, whoever's at the time. Now it's Jonah Ray, was Joel and Mike Nelson. But anyway, they usually sit in on the silhouettes on the screen and watch sort of B-grade movies and joke about it while they're watching. It's a lot of fun. But if we could pick one modern movie for them to do the treatment for, what would it be? Baron, only fitting that you start us off. What movie would you pick?
Oh, one of the worst movies I've ever seen. It's called Suicide Squad. I love that the title is exactly what I wanted to do myself after I saw it. Just get a whole squad to suicide myself. It is 14 different movies rolled into one, and no one thought to check about that. They were so desperate to be Guardians of the Galaxy that they forced it, and there's a lot of great, horrible things that happen in it. Great actors that get completely underused. I'm talking about Adam Beach, who is a fantastic actor who's in it for like 5 seconds. There's great moments of silence where you can say things in between lines. I think it's the perfect kind of movie to do. Suicide Squad will make you want to live.
That's the thing that you have to watch movies like, are they silent enough for me to fit the jokes in? That's a good point.
It is a thing. You have to have those awkward moments of filmmaking where you can actually say things. Yeah.
The Happening would be good too. Oh, sorry, I should say. No one's picked that. So
You're not competing.
Tony.
I picked XXX, The Return of Xander Cage. Because, my God, is Vin Diesel hilarious. Oh my God. There's so much I want to say, but I'll save it.
Okay, so but you just want to Vin Diesel is hilarious. We'll start there. We'll come back. Gina, what's your movie?
Okay, so I went with Twilight. And the reason is because exactly what Baron said, there's actually long stretches of uncomfortable and weird silence in this movie where there are also hilarious visuals they don't realize are hilarious. Like Robert Pattinson quick speeding up a tree, where no one is talking during that. But I would love to hear what the Mystery Science Theater 3000 guys have to say about it, because it's insane.
In the membrane?
Insane in the brain.
Insane in the brain.
Well,
What was it? Chastain in the red mane.
Oh, God. Are you... why do you have to bring up the...
Jimmy Fallon's bad Oscar bit.
Oh, my
He
goodness.
introduced Jessica Chastain and Eddie Redmayne. Chastain and Redmayne! Sorry.
Oh, I didn't see
that's
that.
amazing.
It was awful. All right, fight. Tony, let's hear more.
Okay, so the reason I think this movie would be hilarious to make fun of is because it is ridiculous. As much as Suicide Squad was a good movie trying to be bad, and that's funny and hilarious. Or it was a bad movie trying to be good.
Yeah,
Sorry.
okay.
I can spoke right. Just give me a second.
We'll let you, because the spokes. All right, continue.
Oh, wow. Got another one?
Continue what you're going.
Nope, I got nothing.
I'm gonna say, like, here's the thing. When I saw the answers to this, I thought exactly that these two movies are too action-packed. There's too much dialogue. There's too much noise. There's too much big noise. So I think that the jokes wouldn't quite land because they're a mile a minute. They're go, 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 talking a lot. And I think, yes, those are both terrible movies, but that's different than a terrible movie that can be a good Mystery Science Theater 3000 movie, which I don't think they are. I think there's too much going on in them, whereas Twilight is like, here's an attractive man. Now no one's gonna talk for 5 minutes while a fan blows on this woman's face for some reason. So there's like, again, huge chunks of no dialogue, there's just like melodic music playing, and it is the perfect place to put some comedy in there.
I mean, if you said Twilight and New Moon, maybe, but like, no, I'm joking. I see what you're
like,
saying.
I love that movie.
But the thing about Suicide Squad is that there are a lot of silent moments, and especially like if a movie has a huge action climax, it's very easy to turn the dial down and just say all the things that we need to say, over that action sequence, which sometimes is very exhausting but can be very rewarding in the end because the jokes climax with the movie because they're lovers.
I think it's sensory overload. I think with everything going on screen, it's a very busy movie to look at. It's a very busy movie to hear.
Yeah,
That's why I
wouldn't
like
you
it.
wanna-
That's why I think it's perfect
And
because it's
wouldn't
so
you-
much
if
happening.
You're doing, I'm gonna mess up this. I can't do this. This is too fast. MST3K treatment. And if you're doing it on a modern movie, wouldn't you want it to be modernized too? With like in some way, change whatever it is so it's not exactly the same.
Wait, what are you talking about?
He's talking about changing the format of your show, Fight.
Are you saying you want to change the format of MST3K?
So you're gonna put, like, Vin
Yeah, I'm
Diesel
saying
match
he
Xander
likes
Cage?
everything except for Tom
No,
Servo.
I'm just saying.
I knew it.
No, I was just saying, like, maybe you guys talk faster, as you said, to do something more modern today with these movies. Also, if you're going to do a modern movie, they're always going to be different than back in the day. Also, there are so many ridiculous things in your movie, but they're, twice as bad in mine.
Look, we all have ridiculous
Because-
movies. But the best Mystery Science Theater 3000 old episodes were monster movies. You guys have action down. Mine is a literal monster movie. It's got vampires. It's in the vein of the older show, which if it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's great. And
Well, they're not all necessarily monster movies. They're in monster
they're
is
not.
one of the categories.
I said the best ones.
Oh.
The best ones were monster movies.
Well, all right.
I think that's personal opinion.
It depends. Sometimes it's sci-fi. Sometimes it's fantasy. But
How many times are they superhero action movies?
Well, if it was going to be my choice,
all the time.
all the time. We get Tank Girl in there, we get Barbed Wire in there, and then we definitely get Suicide Squad in there.
I almost think these two are too easy, to be honest, because they are so ridiculous. And not that Twilight isn't ridiculous. I just think the funny would come out because there's so much less to work with, because there's less of a movie in Twilight, because there's less going on that they stretch out into 2 hours somehow. Whereas with you guys, it's like, blah, here's a new character, here's a character, there's makeup, this person's crazy, Jared Leto's an insane person, everything's going on. You don't need jokes on top of that. You can watch that yourself in your own inner dialogue.
And I think that is what makes sometimes the jokes get even better, because you have to compete, and competition rises all the boats. Otherwise, the jokes are going to completely take over Twilight because there's nothing happening in Twilight.
I want it to take over Twilight. That's what I want from Mystery Science Theater 3000. I want the jokes to take over the badness of the bad movie.
All right. You're very different than I. I feel like we should movie fight
Are you
about
going to
it.
say anything?
He's resigned because he knows what
Tony,
he
quiet you. He already said let's change the format.
I've never.
Sacrilege.
All right.
Here's the truth.
As the person
I
who's been
feel
yelled
really
at by
bad
the
for
internet for
actually
being in it at all. How dare you?
Same here.
All right.
okay.
He's clearly, all right. You lost that round,
I
Tony.
100%
He's only got
Xander Cage
two.
is so ridiculous, it's almost fun.
He was throwing us a pity one.
It's
Also, the other thing about Suicide Squad. Wait, are you
No,
finishing
wait,
No,
the
all right,
round?
last thoughts. Go ahead.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
okay.
really between you two. Give
ahead.
your final thought.
Go ahead.
No, I got nothing.
No.
We're just gonna argue.
Baron, go.
Okay. Last thing about Suicide Squad. The other thing about Suicide Squad that I think that Twilight does not have is at least a few redeeming moments, because I still walked out of that movie going, well, Will Smith is still good. Like, this is one of the worst movies I've ever seen, but I believed him in every single thing that he was put in. However, Viola Davis, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. And I think that that's exactly the kind of thing that I like to riff on.
Do you want some good in the movie?
I want some heart, some redeeming quality in the movie that's going to have us like hold on to it for the whole thing, no matter how bad it is.
Gina, final thought.
I just feel like Twilight is that bully in high school that you hate so much, and any opportunity to punch it in the face is a good thing. So that's why I want to see this episode. I want that bully to be punched in the face once again.
Whew, all right. Sorry, Tony. You're out. Dan.
Yes. First of all, to clean up our joke, Jimmy Fallon's brilliant Chastain in the Red Mane bit was actually from the Golden Globes, not the
Oh.
Oscars. He has not hosted the Oscars.
The Hollywood Foreign Press cannot be
Yes.
confused. with Ampus.
A lot of people suggested their own things at home. Alleycat 1980s suggests The Last Airbender. Lamont Cranston 3, After Earth. Brendan McBrayer says a Battleship deserves to be lampooned. Marcus Starshine said Transformers Age of Extinction. Easily the worst movie I've ever seen. I agree with you. And Tampa Buck fan 88 says Dragon Ball Evolution is so bad the jokes they would make up would be amazing for MST3K.
Writing all these down.
We also have the poll, which there's a clear winner that I will share with you after your ruling.
Yeah, I mean, it really came down between Twilight and Suicide Squad. Sort of was just gonna have to lean to the experts since Baron knows. But Gina, man, you really fought that well. The monster movie was a good one. It is a movie you want to punch in the face. But he's right. You want a little heart. You want Mr. Saint Senior isn't all mean. So while it was very close, I got to give it to Baron on that one. I think there is moments of silence and fun you could do, dial it down, and really.
Honestly, if I didn't win that, Joel would never return my calls.
So, I feel like that was favoritism because you're on the show.
Well, it might be favoritism because he knows. Not favoritism. He might have had an unfair advantage.
But on a personal note, Twilight would actually work.
I
do want to say
they both would work.
To be honest, Suicide Squad was what I put as my first choice.
So it's all good. What they say online, Dan?
It thickens like a stew.
The Twitter poll online. Let me pull it up here. It is still at 51% voted for Suicide Squad, 30% for Twilight, 19% for Triple X, The Return of Xander Cage.
That's
close, but Tony,
it hurt me just to say all the names of those movies.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
All right, round 4. This one comes in from J.H. Hardage.
J.H. Hardage.
Hardage.
J.H. Hardage. If you need pliers, come down to J.H. Hardage.
He wants to know what movie, or she actually, I shouldn't have assumed that.
That's right.
What movie is the biggest improvement over its source material? Tony, we're back to you for first. What movie would you say is the biggest improvement over its source material?
I think The Mist, 2007, which was a book.
Thomas Jane?
By Stephen King.
Soon to be a TV series.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're making a Mist show.
Yeah, because I'm up to date and I researched this.
Hey, sometimes when you're working, you can't watch everything.
You know what I'm talking about. But I think that's the greatest improvement to a source material because of the ending. And I can go into detail if you'd like. Or
Spoiler territory.
Spoiler territory, should I? Yeah, that's right. Where they all die, or the father kills everyone else to spare them the terrible death that would come from monsters
taking over the world.
Baron said.
Kills his own kid.
He kills his own kid, and
that's love.
Since we've spoiled it, we have to go all the way. He murders them all to hide the monsters, and then the army has just killed all the monsters.
Has just shown up like 5 seconds later, which is so sad, but such an improvement to a film because of that reason. And there's more that they changed as well.
All right. If you didn't watch it, sorry, you should have. You had a lot of time. Gina.
I'm going to go with The Princess Bride. I read the book, The Princess Bride, after I saw the movie, and I was expecting that same sort of magical feeling that I get from the movie, The Princess Bride, and it just wasn't there. It was more sort of like a straight told story, and they include everything in the book with the grandson and the interruptions, but the movie is so magical with Fred Savage and Peter Falk, and how Fred Savage keeps interrupting him, and Peter Falk has to sort of win him over throughout this whole thing, and it's just so magical and it's so quotable. And the book was very forgettable, in my opinion. So that's what I'm going for, Princess Bride.
Baron.
Creed, first of all, is my favorite band. Also, the movie Creed is a great improvement over the source material, which is Rocky, and specifically, I'm not going to say that it's the original Rocky as much as it's Rocky's 3 through the rest. Creed is what a way to reinvent and re-envision a franchise. Ryan Coogler just knocked it out of the park. He took me into a journey I was not expecting to be. And Michael B. Jordan, I mean, Michael B. Jordan is like the Michael Jordan of being Michael B. Jordan right now. You know what I mean?
Yes.
First of all, you can't say the source material is Rockies 3 through 6 when you're talking about source material.
Technically, you can.
The original Rocky is fantastic.
Yes, it is.
Creed is also fantastic, but that doesn't mean it's a totally different movie.
Exactly.
But it's not. I wouldn't say
an improvement.
an improvement on,
I wouldn't say
Rocky 1.
it's
Even you
different.
said it's not an
It's-
improvement on Rocky 1.
It's a reinvention, and sometimes to reinvent something is to improve it. And to improve
But
something
this
is to
isn't just
reinvent
like
it.
this is like biggest improvement. So
Yes,
you're
this
saying
is-
it's the biggest improvement. And also, I read the short story that The Mist was based on, and I loved it.
Just for the show?
No, I
was
read
gonna
it
skip your
like
points
I
if you
read
did.
it when I was like in high school, and it scared
just for
the
the show.
crap out of me. The short story, I think it might have been in Skeleton Crew. Of course, like fact check me on that. But it was scary
cat's
as
eyes.
crap, and that movie was just sort of like a B-rate monster movie that I wasn't afraid of. Also, the great thing about the book, The Mist, is that they leave it open-ended. Like at the end, you're like, oh my god, what happens? I don't know, and you have to like leave it to your imagination. So it was really like an imagination stoker. Whereas the movie, Thomas Jane, yeah, I got it. You're killing your kids. It's sad. It's not better.
I think it's better because it makes it from a, as you called it, B-list horror movie or whatever, into something that is psychologically different. You know, it's like put yourself in that point of view, and you think this is amazing, this is terrifying. If I was put in this position, and that's the sign of a great that's the sign of a great movie.
Except you're hinging it all on the very last scene of a movie. I'm saying The Princess Bride as a movie, the entire movie, start to finish, is better than the entire book, start to finish.
Thoughts on that? Can anyone fight that for me?
I have not read the book of Princess Bride. I've been
Don't
a princess
bother.
and I've been a bride, but you know,
Don't
I've
bother.
also been a Carrie Elways. Back to Creed, though. Here's why it's a big improvement on Rockies 3,
No.
4, 5, and Rocky Balboa. No, well, first of all, you need the first two Rockies, I think, because you have to have Apollo to get to,
Creed.
of course, this young
Yeah.
Creed, young
That's the source
Adonis.
material. Rocky 1 is the source.
Apollonia Creed.
Also, Rocky 4 is a national freaking treasure, man.
Why?
That's
Just
what
because
we-
James Brown is in it?
Dolph Lundgren, James Brown, I Will Break You.
It's ridiculous, though.
insanely
It doesn't.
good.
See, here's the thing.
His ribs got broken.
The first Rockies at least take place in a world that is real, that feels natural to that time.
and the first
And
Rocky you're saying is great.
The first
which
Rocky
is why Creed
is good.
Huge improvement.
It's a good movie that was really good for its time. And so to improve on that, like Creed is a really good movie, a great movie for this time.
So they were both great movies for their time. It's
Yeah.
not that, but this was the biggest improvement. This isn't just like, hey, which is another great
That's a
movie
big
in that
improvement, is to
trilogy
take
that's
something
really
into the
good.
time that you're in. Because what? There's only 7 stories. So the best movie you can get is to adapt something into that applies to where you are right now. And so Creed applies to where we are right now. Thus it is the biggest improvement.
I
Princess
think-
Bride is a world that doesn't exist. Fred
Exactly.
Savage isn't even there in the movie.
Wait, what? How do movies work?
Tony, go ahead. I want to get you in this.
So The Princess Bride is an amazing movie already, and you're saying that
It's better than the book.
it's better than the book.
Yes.
And you're saying it's a bitter improvement.
I just think you don't like reading.
It's a huge improvement. It's a huge improvement over the book. I read the book and felt no magic. If you can take something that has no magic in it, and the great thing about this is all the elements were there, all the characters were there, all the dialogue was there, but something about reading it wasn't that special.
Well, because you
And
you watched the movie
here's
first.
what I have to
You
say.
probably
I've done that
I
many
am
times,
totally
though.
going to concede because this is a very good argument, and I have not read the original book of Princess Bride, but I feel you, and I'm just kind of like
yeah,
I feel like I'm Bernie right now.
I will say, as the one person up here that has
Weekend at.
read and saw The Mist, read and saw The Princess Bride, watched all of the Rockies and Creed, there's no comparison.
Gina got the point. That was
There
pretty
she
easy.
goes.
You were crushing that
Let's do
round.
it.
That was a knockout.
take it.
That was a TK. When you knock out both of them, she,
Yeah, that was
she owned that round.
But we can't do it. I haven't read The Princess Bride.
That was a good move.
I've read the
book.
screenplay. Thanks, Bill Goldman.
Dan, yeah,
The online voting right now, 43% are casting votes for The Princess Bride. A lot of people online saying Forrest Gump, The Godfather. I will jump in and say that Jaws, I believe, is a
Yes.
substantial improvement over Peter Benchley's book,
Agreed.
which is kind of beach reading. So
Well, I think The Shawshank Redemption also is a better one.
Yeah.
The short story's good, but
Shawshank.
man, they really
You could also say
stretch that out.
Stand By Me. Anything that has to do with
You
Stephen
even
King.
say
Those
the
are both
Green
the same,
Mile. The Green
Stephen
Mile
King
is not
book.
that
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
No.
Psycho
Green Mile is
is something
Psycho,
that was
yeah.
brought up
I
quite
just,
often as well.
Psycho 2, surprisingly good. By the way, that's a weird fact. No, seriously, Psycho 2 is surprisingly good.
remember it.
okay.
The rest of them
I
suck.
vaguely
I need to
remember it.
revisit
Watch
now.
Psycho 2
Baron's
again.
vaguely
right.
remember.
Psycho
Is it?
2 is surprisingly good.
Alright.
It is.
It plays with you because you think this is going to suck, and then it kind of plays with you, and you're like, oh, you thought this was going to suck. And you're like, oh, you just twisted me.
I gotta rewatch that.
Yeah, rewatch
Yeah,
it.
I'm gonna do
same,
that.
same.
You gave me homework. All right, round 5. This comes in from Benji Bilderman. This is a key round because Tony, you're already in the finals for speed round. Gina, Baron, you're tied. So this point, one of you needs the point to make it to the finals, or if
right.
Tony gets it, we'll have a tiebreaker.
Okay.
But this is in honor of Star Wars Land. They've been announcing a lot of it. They did it at Celebration. I'm excited for it. Lots of like restaurants and missions you're all going to be involved in. And now there's rumor of a Star Wars hotel spaceship that you could live in, which sounds pretty crazy. So we thought, what would be the best movie to inspire a awesome theme hotel? What hotel would you want to live in? Gina, we're starting with you.
I'm going with Miyazaki's Spirited Away, which features a bathhouse for spirits, essentially for
souls.
for friendly spirits. And there is so much insane and glorious stuff in this bathhouse. There's a friendly old man with like 8 arms that lives in the boiler room. There's delicious looking food. The food in the hotel would not turn you into a pig when you ate it, but even just the architecture of the structure itself is so glorious. There's actually a petition online where an artist has drawn up what a hotel would look like. That's how badly fans want this hotel to exist.
All right, Baron.
I do not think Miyazaki would want that hotel to exist. Since that movie kind of has an anti-capitalist message to it. I am going with Army O' Darkness. The third in the Evil Dead trilogy, even though Evil Dead 2 is technically a remake of the first Evil Dead, but this is stuff that you all understand. First of all, as you might remember in Army of Darkness, Ash, played by Bruce
So
Campbell.
young there.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say I was going to de-age Ash, but then the kind of Ash versus Evil Dead series on the Stars is actually pretty badass. So he gets zapped back into medieval times. That would be the hotel. Okay, I'm from Las Vegas, Nevada. There is a hotel called Excalibur. It sucks, and if it was more in the Evil Dead vein, it would be awesome. Especially if half the hotel was just Deadite land, and that you go there after midnight to order your favorite drink from the bar called the Gimme Some Sugar Baby. That's which is basically an old fashioned served in a sawed-off shotgun.
Wow.
All right, wow, all right. We got 2 good ones. Tony.
I'm choosing.
I'm already upset. I'm already upset about this choice.
It's 420, guys. Tony's not doing so
The
much.
marshmallows are kicking in.
Yes, they are. I chose the Grand Budapest Hotel.
Boo.
You guys both.
You got a bill.
What?
You guys
a
both
movie
got
you're
to
in.
plug something. You guys
I
both
just
got
did.
to plug
Choose a
something.
movie you're in.
No.
The shot has him in the dang picture. My God. Choose a movie you're in.
It's also a great hotel movie. I mean, I could have picked Best Marigold Hotel. Apparently, to
could've.
people, I'm in that movie.
Exotic.
I'm not that hotel, everyone. Okay, I've gotten that enough.
Hey, apparently, according to people, I'm in CB4, so that's fine. Yeah, people think I'm Chris Rock sometimes. So what you're saying, Tony? You were saying.
Yeah, all right, let's hear about this.
I was saying the Grand Budapest Hotel is already the title of a hotel. It's already a hotel,
Talk about lazy picking.
right?
But would it be whimsical? That's the
Yes,
question.
it will.
Yeah,
And how
describe your
amazing.
hotel. Why am I going to see if I'm
Okay,
there?
the hotel, you basically get brought back in time like his, but to a time of the 1910s, where it was a different time before any world wars had happened. 1917, the first one started, yeah.
No, 1914.
1940, still.
Close.
1910s.
Yeah.
And so you get brought back to a different time. First off, we see how the movie is successful, so obviously people would want to come stay at this hotel. You'd have a lobby boy there.
You're just
who would
angling for
anticipate-
work. You just want this hotel to be made so you can get hired there.
100%. Do you know how unemployed actors get?
He's just like, please, someone build this hotel.
No, but I think people would love to come to this hotel, and you would take away, all attachments of nowadays times, which you would have also in your Spirited Away hotel, and it's back in time, so you're visiting a fantasy. It's both the great points of yours put into one thing, where you get to visit something new, see a new thing. It's wonderful. It's beautiful. We have all this old history. We can have beautiful landscapes, skiing.
But here's the thing: yours is basically just a normal hotel. like I can go and stay in a hotel.
There's
that
a place
has
called Petit
old-fashioned
Hermitage
things.
that looks exactly like Grand Budapest Hotel.
There's nothing.
Great rooftop bar.
Yeah, and I don't want to go back to the 1910s when things were racist and sexist. That's not what I want from a vacation. I don't want to go there.
Yeah,
And
even in the
also,
movie, your family died in the war. Come on, man.
This is not.
He doesn't even know what war.
But also,
That's what time that
I don't
is.
want to stay. I don't want to stay at Army of Darkness Hotel either, where they're trying to kill
exactly.
me, and anything can happen at any time.
No one's gonna
but
kill
I will tell
you.
you, the one thing Spirited
The only
Away
thing they're
Hotel
going to kill you with
has.
is kindness.
The one thing Spirited Away Hotel has is it's restful enough for souls
Restful
and
enough.
spirits. No. Like, do you know how souls and spirits go there to be rejuvenated? So if it rejuvenates them, imagine what it could do for a normal person. And it's got delicious food. It's got awesome scenery and lush
Well, ours
fields.
has amazing food.
It's got huge bathtubs that rejuvenate you. You get in, plus you get to hang out with a giant baby.
You get to hang
and
out.
a no-face weird thing. And there's like a huge
That would
huge
freak
kitchen
me
staff.
out. I grew up in Anaheim, California, and going to Disneyland constantly and seeing Mickey and all these people answer phones and everything at the hotel. That's not cool. That's creepy. When you hear...
And you have a big witch that's your boss.
That's your
Jeez.
boss?
We
Yeah,
get
turns
it.
into a
You
bird.
just want
It
to
becomes
stay in a
weird.
normal hotel.
Yes,
You just want to stay in a boring normal
that's
hotel.
what people want to stay at. Those themed, like massive, weird themed hotels, unless they have a huge following, don't really make it. That's why Excalibur sucks,
Spirited Away,
because it's
first of all,
hard to
does
make
have
things
a
like
huge
this.
following.
But in my hotel, the Deadites are not out to kill you, except for with kindness. That's why
That doesn't make the movie though.
It's a hotel. It's a theme movie, so I get to decide that the Deadites are super nice and are serving drinks, walking around
You're
with
still
trays
seeing
full of
people-
champagne.
People are serving you food, and you're like relaxing on your vacation as like a zombie walks up behind you. There's nothing relaxing about that. You don't
No.
want to be served food.
Also,
That's
from
monsters
that's
that are
half the
weird.
hotel.
Half their face is
You
falling
get to
out.
decide which half of the hotel you want to be in. Do you want to be in
also-
Human Land or do you want to be in the Deadite zone? And so
Human
you'll be
Land,
prepared for
Your
that.
creatures are like, when I watched
Adorable
that as a
and
kid,
whimsical and awesome.
sometimes were definitely scary. Mine would just be nice.
But you're an adult
Do you
now.
want to take your family to a Deadite land with little kids?
Yeah, because there's
No.
gonna be a lot
Or
of
little kids.
Bruce
You wanna
Campbell
go there?
lookalikes
No.
walking
Honestly,
around.
Honestly, I don't
Grand
want to go
Budapest
there.
is good for young kids because they get taken care of,
It's a
and
normal
older
hotel.
ladies because they get fucked.
It's a normal hotel. I could go to any hotel in Los Angeles,
Not
in San
really,
Francisco.
because it
I could
doesn't have the
fly
whimsicalness
somewhere.
that everything has in
You're
this
saying
one.
no existing hotel is whimsical.
You didn't let me. It's not as whimsical. It doesn't have the catering service, the 5-star concierge.
And him as a lobby boy.
Also, me as a lobby boy. Also, the Society of Cross Keys is a real thing in hotels, and they do not serve at themed hotels, but they would 100% be at the Grand Budapest Hotel, and they
Because
are
they got to
amazing.
mention
I'm against.
egotists.
Again,
Also-
I don't want to go back to 1914. I don't want to be greeted by a bellboy and him be like, "Oh, where's your husband? Should I be talking to him?"
But at the Army of Darkness
Also,
Hotel,
we never
if you
did
ever
that
feel
in
scared,
Budapest, so
there will be
this
a
is
bunch
the
of
thing
Bruce
with
Campbell lookalikes walking around. They're called the ash
Oh,
holes.
that's creepy.
And they're there. They're there to help you with as many whip pans as you need.
I don't want that.
All right, 10 seconds each of you. Go ahead. Last, Gina, you're first. So
Oh.
last final 10 to sort of sway me.
Okay, you stay at a hotel because you want an escape and you want to rejuvenate and you want to feel better about your life and you want an actual vacation that you can't get anywhere else. Spirited Away would do that without any of the terror or the racism of the 1917 year. And it's not something that exists already, so it would be the most magical hotel of them all.
Baron.
Oh yeah, my hotel is sure, part of it is scary. But you get to decide if you want to be there. You get to decide if you're a human, if you're a deadite, and of course, at the end of every Friday night, you get to participate in a giant battle. LARP style, okay? LARP style. and you get to play the larpsichord, and you get to go out there and battle some deadites or humans, depending on who you want to be. Because at the Army of Darkness Hotel, we let you self-identify.
Tony.
First off, to your point about racism, this is a themed hotel. We don't have to bring racism back. Also, I'm brown, so I don't know how racist I could be. But we don't have to bring any of that back. And this is, you said they want an escape and relaxation. Over there, they don't know what's happening. You know, mine's would be, 1, the most successful hotel. 2, because no one would want to go to see, like, monsters in a bathhouse as opposed to just a regular hotel that has a nice, you know, different feel that can also rejuvenate you because they have their own hot spring baths over there, and great escape into a wonderful, magical,
Wait, that's a different
whimsical land.
Need a new bill. All right, Dan.
Yes.
Ooh, this one's actually really tough for me, so give me what you got, and then...
All right, I'll give you what I have. Tony's right. The Society of Cross Keys from Grand Budapest Hotel is based on the Society of the Golden Keys, which is a worldwide network of concierges and whatnot. Fancy hotels.
Yep.
They have the same key pen. So if you see a concierge wearing that key pen, that means they're in the Society of the Golden Keys.
Mm-hmm.
Hogwarts, Harry Potter. That was the most popular answer on
Doesn't that
Twitter.
That kind of already exists.
The Shining was another popular answer, and Willy
hotel
Wonka is
number.
apparently the right answer for this question because a lot of people said they wanted to go to a Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory themed hotel.
Oh, because it's magical and whimsical? Got
I
it.
don't know.
Yeah, but
they
then Gene
didn't
Wilder will
elaborate.
yell at you if you touch anything.
Also, he will kill you.
Cool perk of it, though. He just had you there. Stop touching the candy!
lifting drinks.
I learned the hard way that Willy Wonka is never an answer for anything in this
Not
game.
where you want to take a date.
Not where you want to go or to take anyone to do anything.
Because you might end up walking to the Tim Burton one. You never know.
You never know. We do have the Twitter poll, which is it's fairly close, but there is a winner.
Any feedback from you listening? I'm having trouble in this one.
From me?
Yeah.
I will say that I think Baron got himself out of a little trouble by saying that you can choose
Yes.
if you want to do the scary side.
That's definitely true.
I-
People would enjoy that.
People would. I think there are some people. How many
There's
people?
a zombie
That's the
cruise
question.
we learned.
That's
The Walking
question,
Dead has
yeah.
a cruise ship full of...
Of course they do.
I think that
Robert Kirkman, no relation
I
to
doubt
Jen.
for some reason that the Grand Budapest themed hotels would enforce the societal norms of the time that it came
I would
from.
hope
That
not.
would be a real commitment to theme, I think. And but I also agree that there's a certain whimsical side to Gina's choice.
Yeah,
so
but do you want to be around a bunch of giant babies and things?
again, I
If
think
how
that's
are
for a
those being
select
made?
audience.
Here's the thing: if
Are
he,
they animatronics?
if Baron can say that his hotel,
Well, I
you
know
can
that
choose to do
Deadites
it.
can be made up. How are you making the Spirited Away things? Because you're talking about this magic.
Yeah. I mean, it would be exactly the way it is in Disney. They would either be people in suits or animatronics, whichever one looks more sort of adorable and
Welcome to the
realistic.
Spirited Away.
Also, not all of them are terrifying. A lot of them are very cute. The little black puffs that take her shoes are adorable.
Those soot things.
Yeah, the soot balls that the Boilerman.
First of all,
feeds
soot
with
ball, great
candy.
sport.
Look, I don't think it's Tony, honestly, because I think they got you. It's a normal hotel. It is kind of a normal hotel. It's a normal fancy hotel. It would be a nice thing, but of all the fictional places we could go, probably you even said it, Baron. There's one where'd you say? Wherever. There's one that looks similar to it in the you said somewhere.
What, Excalibur?
No, the Grand Budapest. You
Oh,
cited,
yeah, there's a place in freaking West Hollywood.
that and your knock of how he was against it's anti-capitalism. Why would they want to be in a hotel? That was a really good punch as well. Those two, the slight edge. I got to give Baron the points.
What?
It's right neck and neck between you two, but those are the 2 points that are standing out for me. It's just a hotel was the point you had because you did say that first.
Daddy's got cash
But
and credit
very
cards.
close, Baron. You get it. That means Gina, you're out, but you're not out because you're going to help me, and you did a wonderful job.
I'm out in my heart.
You are welcome back again
Don't
anytime.
pity
You
clap
are
me.
No, you're very
fast
good.
becoming one of my favorites. You're great at this. Thank you for doing that. Good work. Now you will help me judge the speed
Yes.
round, so you get to help determine
Speed
which of
round.
these two will make it.
Jeez.
The way this works is you'll have 20 seconds to answer, and then you'll have 10-second rebuttals. As soon as I give you the question, you'll have to say it fast. Whoever says it first gets that answer. If you don't say it quick enough, you'll have to say something else. Follow?
Yeah, can I meditate for 10 minutes before we start?
Sure can
Clear my
try.
mind?
Here we go.
Okay.
Speed round. Here we go.
It's really fast. So speedy.
Okay. Sorry, I'm reading these for the
Giving
first
Tony a
time.
chance to get
Sometimes I-
unstoned.
Anticipation here.
Isn't that obvious?
Quick impersonation, Tito.
Don't like that one. Don't like this one. I'll make sure we do this next time. Okay. Here we go. Let's try this one first. Worst movie featuring Harrison Ford.
Ooh.
Anchorman 2.
Whoa, deep hole.
Jeez, so there you go. Good one. Good one.
I just...
You could go. No, you get to pick another one.
You gotta go.
You can pick any movie.
I get to say too?
Yeah, any other bad Harrison Ford movie.
Okay. The Force Awakens.
Whoa, okay. Daring. I love it.
Yeah.
Crystal Skull was not chosen.
That's the one I was trying to think of.
All right, here we go. Tony, you get the first 20 seconds. Anchorman 2, go ahead.
Anchorman 2 is a terrible movie. First off, it rips apart whatever the first one had, and then a cameo by Harrison Ford where he turned into a werewolf makes it way more ridiculous, and it sucks. It sucks because Harrison Ford is such a good actor, and you know your movie is an amazing movie.
All right, 20 seconds, Baron.
My grandmother used to paint these paintings that looked fantastic, but if you looked at them without the paint, they just had a bunch of numbers in there. And that's basically what The Force Awakens is a paint-by-numbers movie. And it is great because it's doing an impersonation of greatness. And so for them to kind of take one of the great characters of the Star Wars mythos...
10 seconds, Tony. Time will begin when you begin speaking. Go ahead, take your time.
Force Awakens was a commercial and critical success. So your own opinion of saying it's bad is not really valid here, while mine is critically...
10 seconds. Final 10, Baron.
Well, sure, that's possible, but also Harrison Ford definitely underutilized in that film, and meets a fate that I was like, nah.
All right. Based on those arguments, Gina, what did you think?
Well, first of all, I just want to say, know your audience, dude, because I've got the.
That's the Empire Strikes Back, which is a brilliant film.
I know, but I'm a fan of all the Star Wars universe. I feel
like
really?
Attack of the Clones too?
Based on the arguments.
Yeah. I will say, even based on the arguments, the fact that Tony brought up the fact that it's a critical and commercial success, whereas his movie was not. And I feel like, even you said Harrison Ford wasn't in the movie enough, and I think that's different than it being a bad movie that Harrison Ford is in.
Okay.
So I've got to give it to
Dan,
Tony.
based on those arguments?
Yes, I believe Baron made an argument for Force Awakens being a meh movie, or perhaps one that he didn't care for, whereas I heard more from Tony about why that was the worst movie, so I had to go side with Tony as well.
I agree. That's only the first one. There'll be 4 more
I
of these,
actually like The
Baron.
Force Awakens.
He was trying to fight.
It's the first thing that came to my
You
mind.
had as much time to think. You could have thought it out.
Well, it's a pressure cooker. All right, here we go. Next one. I don't like this. Sorry, I don't like those two choices. I think it's unfair. Okay, here we go. Let's try this one. What actor should play a Bond villain? Any actor.
Tom Hardy.
Tony? This is the speed round.
Sean Connery.
All right. So there you go, Baron. You're up first. 20 seconds. It begins when you begin speaking.
Tom Hardy is kind of like the Marlon Brando of our age, meaning that he's fantastic and everyone is confused by him as a human being. And so to bring that kind of energy to a Bond movie, someone who's a formidable force as a bad guy, that's something that's been missing for a really long time, is having some sort of criminal mastermind that isn't just some sort of concept of an organization.
Huh. Cool. Tony.
First off, bringing Sean Connery back into the series would be amazing, a nod to the previous films, as well as having an older person who can bring such gravitas, bringing him out of retirement as well. Tom Hardy should be playing Bond himself, not the villain. He would be great as James Bond, because if not, then the villain would just basically be James Bond fighting James Bond.
All right, 10 final seconds. Use them wisely, Baron.
And that's interesting. They messed it up with GoldenEye, and I'm saying bring that stuff back. It's too typical to put Tom Hardy in the seat. He's got to be there. He's got to be the obstacles.
10 seconds, Tony.
Sean Connery will bring a familiarity to the series, and he absolutely can play just as much of the obstacles you're saying than anything else. Maybe not physical, but definitely mentally demanding.
Ooh, going to you first this time, Dan. Based on those arguments.
Based on those arguments, and as a Bond fan, I felt that Baron actually brought up a very good point of it's been a while since we've had a singular villain who didn't stand in for a larger organization. I thought that was a really good point, so I would actually side with Baron in that one.
Gina.
Yeah, I agree. I really liked that argument, and also I agree with the fact that Tom Hardy brings a gravitas to villains. So I'm siding with Baron as well.
Yeah, I mean, when you said Sean Connery, I was like, ooh, but then I like Baron's pitch a little stronger. I got to go Baron as well. We're all united.
That's not the first time. I got my force got awakened. My midichlorian levels are through the roof right now.
Okay, here we go. Who's the best actor that has appeared in any Fast and the Furious film?
It's a good one.
The Rock. Dwayne Johnson.
Charlize Theron.
Ooh. All right. The Rock versus Charlize Theron. Here we go. Best actor who has appeared in a Fast and Furious movie. So we're really just arguing who's the best actor now.
Yeah.
You can mention Fast and Furious as well. Go ahead, Baron. Rock is up first.
The Rock is a fantastic actor. I couldn't believe how funny he was in movies that are bad like Be Cool or The Tooth Fairy. However, you put Charlize Theron in a Snow White movie and then her real South African accent starts to come out and it makes you go, why didn't they get a dialect coach for this damn thing? So The Rock is... I just always believed that dude.
Tony.
The Rock is a great person and he's a great personality to have in films, but he's not necessarily the best actor. We're debating what the best actor is, and Charlize Theron has awards and accolades to support that, as well as she continues to make great movies that are critically and successful. And as well, her...
10 seconds.
I honestly don't doubt if The Rock will win an Oscar at some point because he's working very hard to get to the point where he can get there. And Charlize Theron, sometimes people win on awards and they go backwards. And, okay.
10 seconds.
We're talking about The Rock right now. We're not talking about The Rock in the future. And sure, he has great success now, but will that lead to him being a critically good, acclaimed actor?
Ooh, tougher. Gina, based on those arguments.
Ugh, man, I gotta say I'm undecided on this one because I really liked Baron's argument that The Rock does a lot with bad movies and is always believable, whereas Charlize Theron has been in some bad movies and she's bad. But you're right, she does have awards and accolades, so I'm stumped on this one.
Dan?
Yeah, I was leaning Tony's way slightly after the first round, and I feel like if Baron had come back with something a little stronger, except for the future argument on The Rock, then he could have swayed me, but I think that Tony convinced me just enough. Best actor, not best personality, but best actor. He did just enough to sway me to Charlize Theron.
Yeah, I was slightly there as well, so I'll give the edge slightly to Tony. That puts him up by 1. Based on the accolades, it did help in those arguments, but it's anybody's game still. Here we go. Number 4. I'm going to name 2 actors. Tell me who's the best.
Okay.
Emma Thompson or Helen Mirren?
Helen Mirren.
Emma Thompson, yeah.
All right. You're up first, Tony, with Emma Thompson.
Wait, no, he picked Helen.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. You're right. I wrote that down. Helen Mirren. Tony, go ahead.
Helen Mirren is an amazing actress who can be compared to Dame Judi Dench and Meryl Streep. While Emma Thompson is never put in that category as well, Helen Mirren's movies from Red to a bunch of other great movies that she's in, also including Fast and the Furious or Fate of the Furious.
Me? Oh, yeah, okay. Emma Thompson's had a fantastic career ever since she was from the time that she was in the Cambridge Footlights to the time that she was in all those other movies. The Harry Potter series, obviously. I also love her in a very little-known movie called The Tall Guy, starring Jeff Goldblum and Emma Thompson.
Tony.
You would far more recognize Helen Mirren than you would Emma Thompson. Emma Thompson is basically just Emma Watson.
You don't know who Emma Thompson is, do you?
I do. I know who she is. I just couldn't
Couldn't think of who she was. Okay.
in the moment.
Do I keep talking?
Yeah, you have 10 seconds.
Oh, okay.
He's like shit.
I can tell how much you love Helen Mirren by the fact that you could only name Red. Emma Thompson. Oh man, come on. Pride and Prejudice, Sense and Sensibility, Pride and Prejudice and Zombies.
Yeah, I mean, I get based on filmography drops. I got to give Baron the edge.
Yeah.
That's what I got. Did either of you get anything else?
That was the most bizarre thing that he remembered that she went to Cambridge and some weird 1989 movie called The Tall
And then
Guy.
dropped those
And
big ones
then
at the
dropped
end.
the
He
big
needed a little
ones.
while to remember.
But I agree. Based on filmography alone, which is really all I could base that off of, I would also go with Baron.
Baron, if you're ever in this situation again, just bring up the one scene in Love Actually, which
Yeah.
makes
Oh,
everyone's
that
heart
scene.
rips
It
out.
is-
And you
I actually
you,
have never seen that, actually.
Oh, God.
It's okay,
Yeah,
it's
go
okay,
see
but
it.
is
I
it? She does a
could not
good.
think of a movie. Eye in the Sky. That's another one she's in with Alan
Well,
Rickman.
the Queen, right?
Oh, she
Yeah.
was the Queen.
Oscar,
She won the
right.
Oscar for the
Yeah.
Exactly.
And Fast and Furious 8.
I did mention
Yeah, I give that one to Baron.
And Excalibur.
Yeah, there we
Oh,
go.
that's right.
All right, well, that was fun. All right, here we go. Hopefully, you guys can figure this one out. Here we go. This is
all
a
the
rematch
marbles.
from episode 20.
Uh-oh.
Oh, wow.
Best movie featuring Will Smith.
Ooh.
Pursuit
6
of
Degrees of
Happiness.
Separation.
What did you say?
Pursuit of Happiness and 6 Degrees of Separation.
Wow. Okay. Not what I expected, but okay.
Two legitimate choices there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pursuit of Happiness versus 6 Degrees of
Were
Separation.
you expecting
Okay.
After Earth?
No,
No.
no hit trans in here? No hit trans?
Oh, I am a hit fan. I just couldn't
I might have
think
gone
of it.
Independence Day, but hey, whatever.
Or Hancock.
6 Degrees. I heard for 6 Degrees first. So Baron, you're up.
6 Degrees of Separation, brilliant play adapted into a movie by John Guare. Will Smith plays a pivotal role in that movie, and it was his first feature film, I think, where he was a serious actor while he was still on The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. So he was balancing both of those things. He was being goofy, hilarious, but playing this really deep, dark role of someone that you really had to care about.
Tony.
Pursuit of Happiness is a wonderfully beautiful story acted to perfection by Will Smith, including his son. You see those scenes and you can't help but feel so bad for this person and cry, and it is an amazing, I believe he got an Oscar nomination for it. Your film is a play, and the play is better than the movie. Having seen the play,
All right, 10 seconds.
I do think that the movie is fantastic, and I think that Will Smith is one of the things that makes that movie work because of the chemistry between him and Stockard Channing. I sometimes I watch a movie and I go, I could see 8 other people there, but it wasn't true here.
All right. 10 seconds, Tony.
the chemistry that Will Smith has with his son in those situations where he's sleeping in the bathroom are so realistic because it is his son. He holds him and you feel that emotion. And a better movie to say in Will Smith's youth is Ali.
Ooh. All right.
Did not like Ali.
Gina, what do you think based on his arguments?
For me, a couple things sold this. The fact that so I'm full disclosure, I've seen neither of these movies, so I'm purely going by argument here. And Baron had an edge for me because he brought up a good point about he was doing the duality of funny, but also he needed that depth. And also, I feel like your argument that he had chemistry with his son, the fact that it was his own son, to me makes it less impressive because I think any parent can have real feelings and real chemistry with their own son.
Dan?
See, I kind of edged the other way because to me, I thought that Baron's argument was a little more biographical. He told me what the film was, but I felt a little more from Tony about why it was Will Smith's best. So I kind of leaned toward Tony a little bit there.
So it comes back to me. Wow,
Yeah.
here it is. Yeah, this was tough because you did both give me strong. You knew your films. I even remember, but yeah, Stockard Channing, we rated that.
Lost the Oscar that year.
Yeah, it was. These were both good performances. Interesting point, though, Gina, about, of course, you should have good chemistry with your son. That said, though, the other thing that sort of tipped me over a little bit was I didn't hear any negatives against his, and Tony did sneak in the play is better. True or not, I got to base it off the arguments. And it was they were so even that it's like, if that is true, that's fair. And that was like, you did get a knock at the opposer. So the fact that you were able to slide that in.
Well, they can't even spell happiness right.
I give slight edge to Tony, but really close shot. But Tony, you win! Oh. Wow, Bear, neck and neck. That was
Glory, glory, revelore.
You know your movie, sir. That was amazing. Thank you for doing this.
Better know my
And
movies.
welcome back anytime. Yeah, I hope you had fun.
I did. Just make sure that Gina's not here because she's too good.
She's really,
three of you.
She's really good.
Amazing.
Three really good players today.
I feel like I got where I got on technicalities.
But Baron, anything else you want to plug coming up? I know Mystery Science Theater 3000 now on Netflix. They can tune in whenever they want. Anything else you want to tell us about?
Grace and Frankie also on Netflix.
Ooh.
And I made a documentary called Fatherless, which is on the Fusion Network.
Wow,
And when
killing
it's
it,
not on
man.
there, then it will be other places. But look for Fatherless as well if you have cable.
Yeah.
Check your local listings.
Congrats, man, and thanks for coming. I had a blast meeting you and having you on here.
It's good to be here.
Gina, what's going on with you? Anything you'd like to plug?
Let's see. I'm still doing my G.I. Joe podcast called Knowing Is Half the Podcast, so check that out.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and other than that, regular show season 8 just ended, so if you didn't see that, you can check that out. I believe it's on Hulu or on the Cartoon Network app.
Love it. Killing it as well. And Tony Ravioli. Oh my goodness, you did it. 2-0.
I know.
You came out victorious. Very
close.
Almost. You had the audacity to pick your own movie for the hotel round, and you still managed to win. What have you got coming up? Anything you'd like to plug?
Check me out on the socials, and I have a movie coming out that you may have heard about. It's called...
What's it called?
Spider-Man.
Oh, Spider-Man.
Okay.
Spider-Man.
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 They're not putting you in the
But is
trailer.
he going
I knew.
But is he going to prom in
Well,
that
there's
movie?
a reason for that. I'm not any good in it. They don't love me.
You're playing Spider-Man, though, right?
Yeah, you are Spider-Man,
good.
right?
Good
Oh,
for
yeah.
you. Good for
But
you.
is he going to prom in this, or is it a different dance?
You're his
No,
prom day,
it's
right?
not prom. It's homecoming.
Oh, you're his homecoming day.
okay.
I am.
Cool.
All right, cool. I'm excited. All right, we'll come
Homecoming.
back
Play the
closer.
homecoming. Got it.
That's June. June. Right?
7/7/17.
Yes.
We're going for that 7.
You'll have
Wow.
to come back closer till and promote again. Now you're undefeated.
I am.
This is crazy.
At this point.
Dan Merle,
Dan.
at Merle Dan on Twitter. Anything you'd like to plug?
No,
This
was a fun show.
this is a very fun show.
3 amazing competitors. I can't wait to have
Yes.
you all back. Fantastic. And thank you all for home for watching. Love doing this with you. We will be here next week with some more fun. Have a great weekend, everybody. Bye-bye.
Y'all come back now.
After
you
the
hear?
fight, I think. Are we trying real quick? Yeah, we'll be here if you're alive. All right, thanks. Bye-bye.